But it's quite clear. I mean, I saw Mitch McConnell yesterday, a clip of Mitch McConnell starting to give the White House grief on their COVID protocols. Now, he claims that he stopped going there in August because he was nervous about their protocols. And that's 60 days ago. And he's just saying this now. I mean, I think what we're starting to see is a panic and that stage of the sinking ship where people start to realize, like, maybe I don't need to save the women and children. I'm going to, and I say this in regards to the Republicans in the Senate because the vast majority of them are men. There is an increasing feeling that that Donald Trump is being abandoned. Bill Barr announced, or is now reportedly telling Republicans that the Durham investigation, this is the one where they're investigating the investigators, will not have any type of report or conclusion before the November election. Now, this has been obviously a source of controversy. Durham is a U.S. attorney from Connecticut. His lieutenant, essentially, I don't think that was literally her title, but his right-hand woman who has been working with him for decades quit a couple of weeks ago. And reportedly, this was because she felt that there was undue pressure coming from the Department of Justice to release a report on an ongoing investigation, which you simply don't do. And you definitely don't do it if it has any bearing on an election before an election. And it appears that Durham has communicated that to Bill Barr, that I'm not going to participate that. And Barr has given up the ghost there. But there is an increasing, and we're hearing reporting that there is a little bit of strife in the White House between Don Jr. and Javanka. And of course, Donald Trump, who just a day ago, when he was presumably still receiving some form of steroid treatment, was out there trying to convince the American public that he's great, no problem. This COVID thing, gone in a couple of days, and you're all going to get this kind of care. Well, he called into Sean Hannity's program last night, and there's a couple of things to note here. One is that he's huffing and puffing. Two is that he refuses to answer from Sean Hannity the question, have you tested negative yet? And he claims he's going out on Saturday for a campaign rally, and the White House has since, as of this morning, said, we're going to wait till Monday. And so there's an increasing sense that Donald Trump isn't physically capable of going out and doing that. Now, supposedly he's doing an on-camera interview tonight with Tucker Carlson. We'll see if that happens. Hard to believe, but it could happen. But let's tune into him on Sean Hannity. Here he is dodging the question. And it's impossible to imagine that if Donald Trump had a negative COVID test, that they would not be blaring this everywhere. But here he is just simply dodging the question.
Tested since your campaign and your doctor, Sean Hannity, put out that you'll be medically safe and cleared for safe return to public engagements by Saturday, five full days. Have you been tested recently?
Sooner, maybe. Yeah, I just saw the doctors today. They think I'm in great shape. I'm in great shape.
Did you test negative?
And I'll tell you, I took this Regeneron. It's phenomenal. And Eli Lilly has something very comparable. It's phenomenal. And it's a whole new day. It's a whole, and if you go back a few months, nobody ever even thought about this stuff. We came up with it. And I'm going to have it delivered to every hospital where you have sick people with the COVID or the China virus, as we call it. and we're going to make people better. It actually made me better. I went in. I could have left a day later. I'm telling you, Sean, it was incredible. So that's Regeneron. But again,
I could have left a day later. I mean, he's just misspoke there, I guess, presumably. I guess he wanted to say, I could have left a day earlier. Now, he doesn't sound very good to me. And I've been professionally, sadly, having to listen to his voice now for 4 or 5 years. And he does not sound, he sounds even raspier than he did 2 or 3 days ago. He sounds exhausted. He sounds like me. But he doesn't, as far as I know, have a 7-year-old who gets up in the middle of the night, wakes him up at 4 a.m, and then starts to kick him. Here he is later in the thing. And there's multiple instances during this phone interview where Trump is like hacking and coughing. Here is one where it sounds like for a moment that he passes out. Now, of course, he doesn't, but he's trying to sort of, I guess, muster up the strength to get his voice to transmit over the phone. Listen to this.
Well, I didn't even want to use them. You know, last time I had a big problem. They oscillated my mics when I had the one debate. We had 3 debates with Hillary, and on I think the first debate, on the first debate, they oscillated the mic, and they oscillated it very, very seriously, and they actually apologized to me.
In 2016.
And I said, what's this all about? They were Clinton people. Yeah. And I said, we ought to just do the debates ourselves, John. We ought to just do it ourselves. And I pick, you know, I'm the president, so if we want to have debates, I'd rather just do it ourselves. Pick some good anchor.
What, he's going to have a debate against himself because of the oscillation of the mic? He was terrified of doing a remote debate because, of course, he couldn't get up to his only debate technique, which is just to interrupt. Because on a remote debate, they can just mute your mic. We could do that in Zoom right now. Matt, back in HQ, which of course is there is no HQ anymore when we do this. He could mute my mic right now. So Donald Trump struggles and calls into Sean Hannity's program. We will have more on all of that as the show continues. And in just a moment, we will have Heather Parton from Salon, or you may know her as Digby from the blog Hullabaloo. She's going to join me to take a look back on this week and try and put some sense to it.